Hi students, welcome back. We are going to talk about one of the very versatile and useful display devices in this video, and that is liquid crystal display or LCD. LCD comes in different shapes and sizes, and one of the most commonly used is 16 cross 2 LCD. It's an electronic display which will use the liquid crystal to produce the visible images. Why is it called 16 cross 2? Because you can display 16 characters and 2 lines, that means total 32 characters can be displayed. There are LCDs with larger and smaller sizes also. Each character is displayed using a matrix of pixel, and every matrix is of the size 5 cross 7. That means there are 35 small dots for every character display. How many pins are there? Well, if you have seen the image, there were a lot of pins. This is the block diagram or circuit diagram that we use, and you can see there are 16 pins. What is the purpose for each of them? They are divided into two categories. One is called control pins. In control pins, we are using pin number 1 for ground, which is also called VSS. Pin number 2 is VCC, means it should be high. Pin number 3 is VEE, which is for setting the brightness level. Then I am going to say that whether I am going to read from the LCD or write on the LCD. I am also going to select my register. So pin number 4 and 5 are for that. Pin number 6 is enable. We have other pins called data pins. So whenever you want to send some data or receive some data, you need to enable your LCD. Pin number 6. D0 to D7, pin number 7 to 14. These 8 pins are for data pins. 4 pins are used for reading, 4 pins are used for writing. Pin number 15 is your LED positive and 16 is your negative. So you have to make all the connections. Some of them are optional, like if you are using your LCD only for writing, you don't need to connect all the 8 data pins, you can connect only 4. But remaining connection should be made correctly, then only the LCD will work. So how does this work? You can see there are so many pins, and if I start working manually with them, it will be very time consuming process. So we go back to a principle where we said that Arduino hardware as well as software is open source, so people have made libraries so that you can use those functions directly for very easy operation with LCDs. So we have a library called Liquid Crystal Library, and you can download it from Arduino website, or it is there in the IDE as well. So there are some functions which are inbuilt in that library to do a lot of operations, like LCD begin, LCD print for printing anything. You can set the cursor, where do you want to print, in the center, from the left, from the right. You can blink the LED. You can have the cursor underscore here. There are more functions like display, on off, text direction, it will go left to right or right to left. You can scroll it and have serial display also. So these are all the functions which we can keep on exploring based on our requirement, that what kind of display do we want on our LCD. So now let us learn more about it directly by testing it on the board. This is a simple program that we are going to test, and it is going to blink hello world on our LCD display. So the first thing that we have to do here, as we said that we are using an external library, we have to include the header file of that library. Please be very careful with the spellings and capital and small letters. Then we have to mention that which pins I am going to use for programming this LCD. I am going to have my setup function where the first thing I have to say is lcd.begin, and 16 cross 2 is the size of my LCD. If you are using 16 cross 4 or 20 cross 4 any other LCD, you have to mention the correct size. And then I say LCD print hello.world. That means it is always going to print hello.world. Now in the loop, I am using two functions. One is LCD no display and LCD display. That means for 500 milliseconds no display, for next 500 milliseconds it will display. And what is it going to display? Hello world. So it will keep on blinking hello world forever. There can be more variation to this program. What are those? Let us check those on Tinkercad now.